I wanted to share a story about one of my favorite places to go, Little Girl's Point. This is the fabled legend of Little Girl's Point. Leelina was the daughter of a hunter who lived at the base of the lofty highlands called Gwagwuju at the shore of Lake Superior. The name Gwagwuju gradually changed to the Crouching Porcupine and is now shown on the marine charts of Lake Superior as Porcupine Mountains. Leelina loved to climb to the upper heights of the Quag and look far out over the waters of Gitchigumi, to the islands of the Apostles further west and out across the waters of the inland sea, which we now call Lake Superior. Her view along the coastline to the west ended at a place where a point of land projects out into the water. At this place we now call Little Girl's Point. No place had as great an attraction for her as the forest of pines stretching westward along the shoreline to this point. This was called Manitowok, or Sacred Grove. In the Sacred Grove, there lived the little men of the woods, the fairies, or Pukwujinis, who came from the evening star, as I have related in the story of Osil. The Sacred Grove was seldom visited by the Chippewas, but if in stormy weather hunting parties were driven ashore there, they never failed to leave an offering of tobacco and meat for the little men of the forest. The child of the hunter did not share with her parents their suspicious fears of the fairies, and so from her perch on the summit of what we now call the Crouching Porcupine, she looked out over the Great Lake and the Sacred Grove, and at the shoreline of the Apostles, where the fairies dropped to the earth from the evening star. One day she ventured into the outskirts of the Sacred Grove. Her parents, when informed of her trip, told her to keep away from it, but this only increased the little girl's visits, going further each day until she reached the point itself. Her mother, who followed her to the edge of the forest one day, especially feared that some bad spirit had enticed her daughter. On one of her trips through the Sacred Grove, the hunter's daughter murmured, as she leaned against a tree, "Spirits of the green wood plume, shed around thy leaf perfume, such as spring from buds of gold, which thy tiny hands unfold. Spirits hither, spirits repair." And like an answering echo, the rustling of the leaves seemed to say, "Maiden, think me not a tree, but thine own dear lover free, tall and youthful in my bloom, with the bright green nodding plume. Thou are leaning on my breast, lean forever there and rest." The hunter's daughter now being of an age to marry, her parents chose a husband for her and fixed a date for the wedding. The day of the wedding arrived, but the bride-to-be had disappeared. Search was made, which extended even into the sacred forest, by torchlight. But the bride returned no more to her father's lodge at the base of Quag Mountain. One evening, a belated party of fishermen passing close to the Sacred Grove saw a female figure standing near the shore at the point. They rowed closer to the shore, but the figure retreated. She was clad in green, and the youth who accompanied her wore a waving green plume in his hair. The public park at Little Girl's Point includes the Sacred Spirit Grove, where the Pukwujinis, or forest fairies, lived. And Little Girl's Point takes its name from the lost daughter of the hunter. So, that's the story. Little Girl's Point. Love it.